that stuff. But they have a really good success rate. But they work one-on-one with them, you know. And but they feed a lot of homeless at Thanksgiving and Christmas and through the year. And
Well, you know, in Irving now, the First Baptist there fed a lot of people and helped people that was traveling, you know, and come in there. Now, Brother Pruitt
yeah,
was, after he retired, that was his job with the church. He would interview he made a deal with the pastors in Dallas,
yeah,
Fort Worth, and the other major cities around there to make book on the people that came to them for assistance. See that people wasn't just using them, you know. And he told me, he said, "You'd be surprised the number of people. That's all they do.
mm-hmm. They go from one agency to another.
Yeah, they got a new story, or you know, or a little bit different than it was."
And that sounds like a job.
Yeah.
Going around trying to get all that stuff from other groups.
Yeah. I know he told me, he said, it's tough to turn down some of them people, but you know when he's lying to you, it's not so bad, it's not so tough to do it. So
Taking advantage.
he was sure a nice guy, you know. He got, I believe it's his left foot, shot during World War II, and they wanted to amputate it, and he never would let them. And it, you know, one of them perpetual sores all of his life. And then when he retired from, I believe he worked for American Airlines, he decided he'd let him, and he said that was the best thing he'd ever done in his life. They made him a prosthesis to go on there and everything, and he got along well, and said it didn't hurt.
yeah. Well, you know, when you're younger, you losing part of your body like that's really can be traumatic.
I know Honest Cash, one of my first cousins had diabetes, and they cut his right, I believe his right leg off between the thigh and the knee, and he could, you know, as I say,
Did he
flop
not have
around.
a prosthetic?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. But he just, I don't know, he just couldn't get to swing a thing, you know, and they wanted to take
Literally.
the other.
He didn't have a leg to swing.
They wanted to take the other, and he wouldn't let them.
So he had diabetes. We were trying to figure out if anybody in the family had diabetes where Kelly might have gotten hers. Did he have his from childhood, or was it when he got to be older?
I really don't know that.
How old was he when he had to have his leg amputated? An adult?
Yeah, he's 70.
Oh, okay. So.
75. I see where in the Herald where he had a oil company down in Warren, and he had two sons that worked for him. Of course, they took it over whenever he died, or before he died, I guess. He got to where he couldn't run it, and they had sold it to some bigger company, and retired, I guess, too.
Yeah.
So,
His name was Honest?
Otis.
Otis.
O-T-I-S.
Okay.
Otis.
Good, I'm proud of them.
Yes, sir.
Proud of what?
These are good pictures.
David said he'll put me some hair in there.
Oh.
Now Leslie knows how to Photoshop. She photoshopped Parker shooting.
No, that's not Photoshop. That was an app.
Oh,
Yeah.
Obama. Obama's standing like this, and she's got Parker with his little Star Wars gun. I said, you better not put that out on social media. They'll be looking for this Parker night.
Okay. I'm gonna get another one.
Well, you're not very good. Your whole body.
Well, Granddad was telling us about the McKinney store and his dad's doing the stock market. He used to go, his dad used to go, he went with him to
You'd go down there and have to give them the money?
Well, yeah, they had an account. That's what he said. They had an account so he could buy and sell. If he bought and paid for it the same day and had an account. He did, they just.
Well, I was reading last night in the Great Depression, unemployment was 3.3%, and the stock market was 155.
He said it was a great deal if it went up $1.
Yeah.
Because it was so low, so
The
you
stocks
even
moved a dollar a day, then holy mackerel.
because it was 155. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Come on in here. Come on in
He has a
here.
question for you. What's your question to Granddad?
When is your birthday?
This my birthday? No, this is 2 or 3 days after my birthday.
When is it?
The 14th. It was the 14th.
November 14th. Okay, Parker, what did you want to ask me?
November the 14th.
Oh, November. What did I say?
Job.
What was my first job?
Yeah.
Work, work, work. Just get after it, whatever it was. Mowing yards, I guess.
Oh, he mowed yards. You like to
How
mow.
old were you at?
Do what?
How was you? How was you? How old you when you got married?
How old?
How old?
How old was I when I got married? 23.
How many kids do you have?
How many kids do you have?
Kids?
Yeah.
2. Boy and a girl, Uncle Mike and you.
And the world.
Mike is deceased. He's
in
dead.
heaven.
He's in heaven.
Yeah.
And then ask him about his other child. Where's his daughter?
What's the dog?
At your mama,
That's Nana.
Nana.
You'll ask him how many grandkids he has. Ask him, yeah.
And they had a bunch of stuff in it called B brand, and they had a lot of coupons in the B brand boxes. So
What is the B brand?
that was a
Just a brand?
yeah, it was a brand for different. I'd say
Dry goods or stuff?
no, it was more of a. I don't remember where it was edibles or animal
Oh.
products, one or the other, but it was B brand was a pretty popular brand.
And so you got,
Yeah.
tell us, before we go, tell us about playing football.
Ooh,
About what?
Parker.
Playing football.
Oh, well, Rising never did have a football coach. They just appointed one, one of the male teachers to come in and be, they say, you a football coach. And did. Well, he didn't know any more about it than you did. But the problem they had was getting enough men to play. It takes 11 men, see, for, they have now, two complete teams. But if everybody on the team had to play what they call 2 ways, offense and defense.
Oh,
And you played on where they probably raised cotton the last year. It's just somebody's field. They let you go out there and mark the field off, and they call it the football field. And when it rained, when the row crops that did here before it filled up with water, and we didn't have any equipment. The school furnished pants and the shoulder pads and the hip pads. And you had to furnish your shoes and your sweatshirt. And,
Did you even wear helmets then?
And helmets, yeah. The school furnished, they had those old floppy
Soft ones?
leather helmets back then. They wasn't much protection. They probably were more damaged than it was good. You had to have your own shoes made. They used them old brogans. And you go to take them to the shoe shop, they'd cut that leather to make the cleats with. And boy, that was dangerous. Back in those days, they had what they called slinging your heels. I mean, to block somebody, you get out on your hand and just sling your heels at them. Yeah, if you cut him
Cut him.
right across the unprotected part of the body, that would really whack him. And
Well, didn't you stay in school an extra year?
do what?
Didn't you stay in school an extra year?
Yeah, well, an extra semester, just
So you
me and
could what?
Teddy just played ball. They didn't have it. Well, there wasn't nothing to do.
Yeah.
What any jobs to go to
There
or
were.
anything else.
Depression, during the Depression.
So, when the year I graduated,
Yeah, what year did you graduate?
really I graduated in '38, but I wasn't there for the graduation. I done gone to California.
Yeah, for the military?
No,
No, just to work.
That's a job out there. I'd gone,
Oh, that's right, to work on the aircraft.
went to Dallas and went to Fry Aircraft School for about 2 months, and then they guaranteed you a job in California after school was over.
That's like.
Was that the first time you were on an airplane when you went to Dallas?
Oh, it wasn't no way.
You hitchhiked, didn't you?
No, we went, it was 8 of us
Train?
from Bryan, went in one car out there.
Oh,
8 boys.
And all got jobs, all went to work out there. And of course, that school said you were certified for certain jobs and everything, you know. And man, if you would work, they would let you work. So
that's good.
I think it was 40 cents an hour.
40 cents an
40
hour.
cents an hour when it first started. But you could get room, board, and laundry for $5 a week.
Uh-huh.
So that's,
Yeah.
you made a little money out of that. In fact, I made enough money, I had sent it back to Daddy, and he bought me some land. It bought me 40 acres of cut over timberland.
Really?
And I think I paid about $300 for it or something like
For
that.
40 acres of land.
After the war was over, I was walking down the street there one day. A guy named Cersei Elrod, who I knew all my life, he says, "Hey, do you own section so and so and so and so?" I said, "Well, I own some land down there. I'm not familiar with the number like that. I have to go get the deed and look at it." He says, "You own it." He said, "I know it." He said, "You want to sell it?" I said, "Anything I got's for sale." He said, "Well, what do you take for it?" And I'd never seen the land. I said, "I'll take $1,000 for it."
Oh.
He says, "Well, just drop the deed by the bank there and they'll give you your money." Then I told Daddy, I said, "Hey, this must be something on that land we don't know about. Let's go out there and look at it."
A lot of timber,
We
huh?
never did find it.
find
Never
Really?
did find it.
So you don't know what you sold for $1,000?
Well, he'd had another guy to survey it, and go look at it. Daddy had, but he couldn't get that guy. We wanted to go back.
Look.
So, you might have just sold him some marshland.
So Parker had,
Oh no, he was a Sharpie. He was an federal loan company officer.
Yeah.
oh,
He was
he came looking for him. He knew exactly what he
Yeah.
was buying.
Oh yeah.
He knew who owned it. He had done his research. Okay, Parker, what's your last question for great granddad? You go talk louder.
When is the first time you ride a plane?
You rode on an airplane.
First time, I don't remember the exact date, but it was I still going to high school. It was in Pine Bluff, and they had a flying circus came through there,
A flying circus came.
and they had a tri-motor Ford airplane that they took people up on flights in for $1. And all they did is they'd take off and go around the airfield, come back and land and get another load.
Wow!
That was the first time I ever,
They probably made a killing.
well, I don't really know what profitable it was. I guess it was, but they wouldn't.
Would have been doing it.
Oops.
But the problem back then, it wasn't the airfields, except the major airports. And then I know there was one guy there at Rising that had a private license, but there wasn't anywhere to land in Rising. And so he went over and bought a strip of land. And which was farmland, he just had it smoothed out enough where he could land on it, you know.
Yeah.
And he'd come in there and
Yes.
visit his folks and
Not
he
put
gone.
back.
But when was like when was the first time you ever got on like a commercial? Like a real airplane? And went from one place to another?
I guess it was during the war.
It
but
was.
I don't remember just, we moved, well, when I first got out of boot camp, the Navy, they needed men so bad that they had said they was gonna send a bunch of us to the East Coast. But the war in the Pacific was going backwards, and they decided they needed us in the Pacific. And Pearl Harbor was ahead of the Pacific. That's where everything was assembled at that time. So they sent us the bunch that was originally scheduled to go to the East Coast, wound up in Pearl Harbor. And it took us 13 days to go from San Francisco to Honolulu. And we was running a zigzag course out there, you know. And it was a lure line. It was a commercial, had been an excursion ship that run all over Asia
Yeah.
before the war. But the Army had confiscated it or took it under contract
Where's Landon?
and was using it to
He's outside,
transport
Mom.
personnel, you know. I don't, you mean that I paid for the ticket?
Yeah.
I guess it was after I came back to Texas. Went to work for Balt because you didn't travel by air then, individually. What
That
did
wasn't
it-
until like
It was
the
like, I know,
60s.
that's why I was interested on why, because it
I
was so
flew
unusual
Brandon.
for people to,
My senior year.
there's a lot of people that still have never flown.
They had, most of the travel, air travel was done by the big seaplanes, you know.
Yeah.
That went to the Far East and places like that.
Uh-huh.
There was one or two that went between England and the United States, but there was very little cross country. Most of the original airlines were started because they carried mail. That's all they carried was
Yeah.
mail.
That's interesting.
Then they got big enough to where they could carry a few passengers with the mail, and that's the way it grew up.
Who is that? Hi.
That's old
how
Santa
you
Claus.
doing?
Ho, ho, ho! Santa Claus is here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Santa Claus, how
Go
y'all
sit
doing?
down here by Granddad. We're taking some pictures. Would y'all sit here? Parker, Landon, would you sit down by your brother? Or you want to sit in the other chair? We won't get your picture. Nana's been sitting there. Parker's there. Come here, come sit with me over here.
I want to sit with my mommy.
Well, she's coming in. He got shot. What'd you do?
I didn't want to sit in that bed chair.
Well, he probably can. It's kind of tall.
The name that I use, he come over there riding a bicycle one time. And,
Not slip back.
No. And he's a little Jew. And he come over and he said, I've always been fascinated by that name, Leslie Lane. He said, I think that's a pretty, he named a
What
daughter,
is-
one of his daughters, Leslie.
I don't remember the doctor's name. I was trying to remember. Was it my doctor,
No,
the
it was mine.
pediatrician? Because I remember him when I threw up one time on him, and he said, "I wish you'd have told me you were going to throw up." I didn't know I was going to throw up.
He was the one that, you know, I had to take an annual physical.
Please.
And being there for GI, upper and lower GI, back then, man, it like drenching a hog or something, you know. Give you enemas and you had to take that old chalk and,
You still do.
yeah,
Oh, nothing's changed.
so they went through that 2 or 3 days And they kept saying, well, it's cloudy, we can't
Yeah.
really tell, we'll have to go through it again.
Yeah, Judy.
So about the third day, they come in there,
Or did you go
They
somewhere?
don't have.
They didn't have their breakfast?
Yeah, for we decided to go downstairs.
Yeah. So did you like your room you stayed in? Did you have your own room, you and your brother, or did you stay with mom and daddy?
No, we.
probably had a double bed, 2 double beds.
It wasn't a bunk bed, but there's 2 beds in a room.
So did you have a room and then mommy and daddy had a separate room?
They had one room where mommy and daddy sleep, but me and Vanna sleep in the both rooms.
Okay. So was that fun? Did you bounce on the bed?
No, because we were sleeping.
Because you were sleeping. Oh.
We'll close that door.
Well, that'd be